All right, Aries, June 7th to the 14th. Let's see the energy that's leaving and what's coming in. What's coming in this week, specifically with love in your life? All right, we have the Queen of Cups here beneath the surface. So there's a very emotional energy. There could be a feminine energy around you. Somebody has been holding back, has something that they need to say to you this week. This can also be you taking care of yourself. Maybe this is a week of tending to your personal needs, tending to your emotional needs, getting your needs met, and also creating strong boundaries with other people. All right, there could be some sensitive energy here. And with that kind of energy, it's easy to take things personal or say things with an emotional impact, and somebody else may take things personal. So let's see your energy, the current energy. I see the 10 of Cups. So I do see a lot of familiar energy. It feels like the people around you that you're attracted in this week seem to love having you around. They love seeing you. It's family type of energy. This does bring in a blessing this week. So if some of you are currently struggling in your family situation or with somebody that you call family, this week here too, it looks like somebody could finally assert themselves and pull through with something that they said that they would do, or speak their truth, finally step up and say something. But I'm seeing more assertion, especially with the 7 of Wands and the Queen of Cups. It looks like we can push through any problem that we have. So what is shifting this week? I see the Devil card. All right. So any kind of family trauma, any kind of addictions, any kind of fears, or any kind of things that's been weighing heavy on you when it comes to your soul tribe. It looks like this energy, if you've been feeling heavy lately, especially, sometimes this is just a quiet period with the Devil card where you just feel overwhelmed and you start thinking about all the expectations that people have of you, have on you. And you start to worry and you start to panic and you start to feel this heavy energy. It looks like that is shifting this week, and something that you've been dealing with, you could be finally seeing some improvements or healing. Especially if you've been dealing with somebody with an addiction, or you've been dealing with somebody who's been causing a heavy energy around you when it comes to love, family, and friends. It feels like that energy is definitely trying to shift this week and leave. So what to expect in love? And I'm seeing the 2 of Pentacles. Now it looks like, things are kind of moving and grooving when it comes to love, something you've been working on, something you've been planning. You guys may be actually planning something new this week. We are prepping for the new moon this weekend that's coming in. So, plans are up in the air. It looks like something is moving and something feels like a good opportunity for you this week. Now, you could be juggling life, family, and relationships. It could be also relationships, family. How do I deal with family and still deal with this relationship? How do I get out there and go? But you're going to make it work. It seems like something may come up. And maybe you're dealing with finances or work, or you're going to school, you have a lot going on, and you're just wondering how it's all going to fit in. But it looks like something is trying to fit into your life this week, and it's about adapting and figuring out a new plan. So maybe you have scheduled a date, but you have to change the time, something like that. Now, some of you could be juggling. There could be a couple people that are in your life and you're still talking to them. It looks like things are still moving between you and other people. There's still an opportunity, maybe no rush. Maybe we don't need to figure it out this week, right? We're just kind of planning and getting ready for something that's coming in. All right. So what to watch for this week? Oh, wrong deck. I'm going to see what that says. What to watch for this week. And I see the Sun card. All right, this is awesome. This is being mindful of spending some time, being happy, watching where you're focusing your energy, finding time to go outside, finding time to hang out with friends, to talk to friends, making sure to express yourself. And being mindful of your mindset too with the Sun energy. How are you looking at things? Are you expecting the worst? Are you expecting the best? We can't all walk around with like super hyper positivity, but it is telling you to look at the bright side of certain things. This card does bring luck when it comes to money. So there could be a major blessing when it comes to cash or luck or money around your home or house. All right. You may find something. All right. So this is something big. There could be a new child or something, a birthday or something coming towards you that surprises you and brings clarity when it comes to creativity of a project or how to make money, or maybe you're falling in love. Some of you might find yourself falling in love. This is a very genuine energy, very emotional. It's also mother and son. So you may spend a lot of time connecting with or wanting to talk to your mom, or just connecting. Okay, so very beautiful energy this sun card can bring. And we have a day this week, I was the 9th, right? We're doing the 7th to the 14th. So Tuesday, I want to say that's one of the biggest collective days for some huge windfall or luck coming in. So, be mindful of that day, maybe the day before, day after. We got something here around, cash flow or money. And also falling in love, relationships, somebody new could enter your life. All right, so what is trying to come in your life overall? And it doesn't mean this week. It could be starting. It could be, the new moon is coming in. I keep wanting to pull that. I am worthy of the love I seek. So that obviously must be your advice. I'll go back to that. But what is trying to come into your life? And look at the star card. You have the sun and you have the star. Something major that you've been planning for, something that is destined for you. You've been working, planning, you've been putting all the pieces together, you've been thinking about it, you've been desiring it, and it's meant to be on your path. All right, so it looks like, life is trying to get you. God is trying to put you on the path to what it is you're seeking, showing you the light. So if some of you have been walking through some darkness, right, we do have, I am worthy of the love I seek. And so this goes down to the manifest, and goes down to your true core faith and belief system. What do you believe? Do you believe that you are worthy of what it is that you want? If we have a very strong sense of self that says, I am not worthy of this, I don't think I'm going to get this, I'm expecting the worst. Oftentimes we make decisions with that devil card. Or we feel like we don't get supported from our family. Maybe you have some dynamics in the past that, family, you're trying to step out, you're trying to grow beyond what your family is. You're trying to get ahead of the game. You want to be something more. And yes, you are deserving of this, is what it says. And so the signs with this 2 of Pentacles this week shows you not to give up, that you are taking the steps towards your dreams, towards your goals. Now, this is also a restructuring of how you see yourself and what your worth is, how you value yourself and your talents, and what you expect for money. All right. Even some of you might cap yourself at a limit. Like, I can't see myself making millions of dollars, but that's not true, right? So you are taking the actual steps towards that this week, and maybe setting those intentions during the full moon. You are worthy of the love you seek. Now, quickly, Aries to Pisces this week, I will pull a card to see if there's any actions that you might encounter. This is going to be quick because on Mondays I do this with love, but I know you guys love this part. So let's take a look at Aries. No, my owl. All right, Aries. We have fixing things, something really urgent this week. All right, so something suddenly, getting ahead of time, planning something. All right, so I am seeing that 2 of Pentacles that I showed you. So Aries, you and another Aries, something feels like we want to protect this, we want to go, we want to move, and we're going to make some plans. And this could happen suddenly. Taurus, joy with you and Taurus. All right, it seems like you'll emerge victorious. Prepare for a grand celebration with you and a Taurus. You guys could end up making plans to get together. Actual physical plans, and seeing each other. Hanging out, with a Gemini. Well, it looks like you're hanging out waiting for a Gemini. All right, so relax. I am seeing, release the worry about it. Get yourself ready. Get yourself prepared, because a Gemini is coming into your life. Cancer, a lot of burdens and feeling overloaded with the Cancer. You got to let go of the habits that are zapping this connection, the feelings and the worry that's zapping this connection, finding that inner strength. So I am seeing that there's a lot of burdens between you and a Cancer. It does not mean that it's going to be the outcome of the situation. Leo, I see Leo showing up uninvited. All right, so Leo may pop into your life. You don't even see this coming. saying hi or just showing up, even uninvited, even if you told them not to. Virgo, I see growth with a Virgo. So there's so many possibilities and a new opportunity coming in with a Virgo this week. Libra, I see you guys enjoying each other's company or planning to enjoy each other's company. So a cycle is completed and things are getting lighter with a Libra. Scorpio, all right, push through the pain with a Scorpio right now. Show them who you are, build up your esteem, and it shows that you got to nudge yourself through whatever pain you're dealing with a Scorpio, because things are going to turn out brighter than you think. All right, right now this week could be about you getting yourself back on your feet. Sagittarius, I'm seeing a huge impact and things happening right when they're supposed to this week with a Sagittarius. A random conversation, a random text, something that really kind of opens your eyes to what the possibilities could be. Capricorn, I'm seeing they're positioning themselves to bring you clarity. I am seeing create boundaries with a Capricorn, but I am seeing that you guys could be traveling or going somewhere or planning for a trip. Aquarius, all right, wanting to text you, read, or tell you something. So you may get a message from an Aquarius. And Pisces, I see growth and stability forming with you and a Pisces. So things are still moving and grooving, and wherever you're at in that relationship, it looks like something is still growing between the two of you. I love you guys. It was 11/11 when I had finished that. Taurus, June 7th to the 14th. Let's see, moving up to that new moon, Gemini. Let's see the current energy that you're in, what's shifting, what's trying to come into your life. All right, this week, Ace of Cups. Awesome. All right. So a new energy. It's this energy of love. It's this energy of look around. It's this energy of open and expression, reconciliation, forgiveness within yourself. I mean, just getting ready for this breath of fresh air. All right. So sharing a moment this week that could feel very loving. 9 of Cups underneath that too as well. So this could be a very good week. Remember, June 9th is going to be a special day according to the stars. And so keep that on your calendar to take a look at what might happen. Maybe a love offer, meeting somebody, or just smiling at somebody, or somebody wanting to talk to you. All right, so let's see what's going on. So that's the undertone, is love. All right, so even if you're dealing with any kind of issues, right, or complications, when it's coming from a place of love, it means, hey, we're just trying to figure things out and adjust, but there is something here. There's something that feels good. All right, so let's see your energy. I see the 8 of Cups. Some of you feeling a little bit distant, maybe unsure, maybe pulling away your energy lately. All right, there's been Mars there in your sign, so you may be protective of yourself and, sick of the chaos or sick of the uncertainty, and maybe just, the things that are going on in your life, things that's been weighing on you. You just feel like being alone or moving on, and you just wish the energy would shift, or you would know which direction to go in and finally have the answers. You'd like to make a choice. You'd like to travel. You'd like to go. You'd like to move forward. But if people are constantly, or situations are constantly leaving you feeling uncertain, it can start to weigh on you. So let's see what's shifting this week. I see the 10 of Cups for you. So huge revelations and huge movements when it comes to your family. So we are seeing a blessing there as well. And you see all this cup energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So it is talking about the love that's meant to be in your life, the people that are meant to be in your life, the professional situation that's meant to be there for you. Things that really connect and things that really feel good for you are trying to come into your life as well. So if you have any outworn, situations that where, you just feel emotionally unresolved or ignored or abandoned, right? You could be finally doing that, walking away and just letting go of worrying about certain things that just are emotionally wearing you down. All right, so family, friends, people that you call family, even if they're a pain in the ass, they're driving you nuts. This week is, hey, we're going to get through this, right? Something's going to shift. There could even be a surprise contact coming in here, somebody added as you're kind of doing your own thing, pulling away. We've got love. You're walking towards the 9 of Cups. You have the 8, 9, the 9 under here, and you have the Ace. So the Ace tells me a promising new start to something that could grow into a family or long-term relationship. All right, so that is shifting this week. All right, when it comes to who's my home, who's my people. what to expect in love and life. I'm seeing the Four of Swords. So expect things to kind of chill out and calm down when it comes to your love and life. This could be a huge reset for you with the person that's on your mind. I will go through Aries to Pisces quickly. But we're looking at, I can finally relax. Maybe the people around you finally leaving you alone a little bit for a reason. Maybe you need this time period to really set your own mind straight. So even if somebody does pull away a little bit, just give it a couple days this week, right? It doesn't mean that it's permanently, right? And this could be where you're getting tired of, worrying about what's going on with other people. They can come find me, right? But I also just see that whatever situation you're going through, there's a day here this week or a couple days this week where it finally feels chill, like we're getting along, like we can just finally pull back and just breathe here because we've resolved or we're trying to resolve something before we move forward. Maybe we do have to tackle a conversation or a situation, but we're not ready to. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a break. And that could even be in the dark moon energy before the new moon, where you just need to give yourself a couple days to really think about what it is you're trying to say to your person and what it is you want resolution with. Now, what else is what to watch for this week? Who's coming in is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I am seeing there's a person, more water energy. I do see Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for some of you. Maybe this is the sign that is going to really show up for you this week, really show up with deep love. And they're hard to read, right? This person could be a little bit hard to read because you feel some emotional connection with them. You may notice that they're showing up a little bit more caring, loving. They can be slow to commit at times. So this could be where maybe I need to not worry about where things are going with this person. Just know that, it's a slow start, but I'm feeling something emotional. So watch out for what people are doing, how they're making you feel, not so much what they're saying, right? Especially with the Four of Swords. This could be, maybe it's not all about talk all the time. Maybe it is about when I'm around you. How are you? Is your people touching you? Is people talking? I mean, being around your presence, following through with plans and so forth. But this could also be a new love trying to enter your life this week, Taurus. So I really keep getting pulled to that. Be open for those of you who are single or those of you that are kind of connecting to people and you're just in your head so much. This is telling you to get out of your head and feel into it and see how it's actually making you feel. Enjoy how somebody is trying to comfort you. Now, what's trying to come into your life in general, and I'm seeing Four Cups. I'm seeing these moments of you in doubting and these moments of you feeling stuck in your life, right? So some of you may be feeling really like, I just don't know anymore. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't know why I don't feel fulfilled. I don't know, nothing that's happening in my life just really hits that sweet spot. And I'm tired of feeling like I'm not deserved, or I'm not being loved, or I'm not wanted, or I'm given so much of myself but I'm not getting back what I really want, right? This is leaving your life as well too, the Four Cups. So these moments of feeling like, where's my turn, where's my gift, when's life going to give me something that is very fulfilling, right? You're preparing now for that new moon and you have the fours here. So this is going to come up for you heavy this week. Where in your life are you feeling stuck and discontent, especially in relationships? It's gonna seem like it's very prominent, which is when people start to freak out because they're like, why is this happening? But it's actually happening so that you can see this is the answer. This is what is bothering you. So now we've got to make some changes and open up to, facing that reality and knowing that something has to happen, right? And so in the new moon, we can set those intentions. But boredom is leaving your life, and moments of feeling stuck. And you can see that love, the Ace of Cups is circulating around you right now, trying to show you where you might be being too rigid. You might even be focused too much on the past, and you might not be seeing the gift that's in front of you. So what is your advice? I'm seeing the Nine of Wands. Some of you are just very tired, and some of you have been worn out. Mars is in your sign, or has been in your sign, and you've been so protective of yourself and so on guard here with that Nine of Wands. You've been through so much, and so you could have been burning the candle at both ends. And when we're in this energy, we don't want to be bothered by even the slightest little things that come into our life. We don't have the energy for it. And I can see the Four Swords here. It's like asking you to, to give yourself a little bit of a reset, do a cleanse, do something, right? Get ready for, these new goals that are trying to be set into your life. It's that you are in this energy of, I don't need anybody's help anymore. I'm just doing what I can to get by. Now, there's also an energy here of success when it comes to work for some of you. So some of you have been working your asses off, right? And, you've been wondering, when is my finances going to change? When am I going to get a payout? When I see the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Cups, that tells me, yes, you have a lot of work. You've been working really hard and you've been doing so much. And that, yes, it's harder when you have to do it yourself. It's harder when you have to take on, and you have been so productive, and maybe some of you are the money makers. But this tells me here that don't give up. All right, because it is coming in for you. You are working towards something that does take a little bit more work than normal, and you will get that payout. So this is where the 9 and the 10 of Wands says, get ready for that chunk that's coming in, that chunk of change. All right, so let's look at Aries through Pisces for you and see when it comes to love, because I do see the Ace of Cups stepping onto the doorway into something new. So Aries, I see the Page of Wands. Aries coming in with a fun energy, fun conversation. You may be flirting with an Aries this week. They're showing up very passionate for you, and we're seeing talk, connecting. Taurus, we see the 9 of Pentacles. So this is where you could land extra cash this week, right? There's some money and June 9th. So something professional stepping up or getting a windfall of money with that 9 of Pentacles. But I'm also seeing another Taurus too. Maybe you guys are focusing more on your money and working right now, and things will come together, because that does show that you guys are you have priorities right now. So if they are a little quiet this week, it's because they're working. Gemini, things turning around with a Gemini. You get another shot here at love when it comes to a Gemini. And same thing with a Cancer. It looks like things are coming together with a Cancer. You may finally feel like you have the answers coming in with you this week, feeling complete. Leo, 5 of Cups. So then Leo may be down a little bit. You guys may be kind of not close this week, or feeling like something's going on. Maybe they're under the weather. That's what I just got. A Leo is under the weather, not feeling good. Virgo, 10 of Wands. So Virgo hustling too. There could be a breakthrough this week with a Virgo. Maybe they're just trying to get their ends to meet. They're trying to pull everything together, and they've had some heavy energy. But we are seeing a breakthrough there. Libra, 2 of Cups. We're seeing your relationship is continuing to grow. You may get a conversation this week, or have a conversation that feels like, hey, where there's something here, where we're developing a relationship, even if it's new. It could be new because you had the Ace and the 2. Scorpio, 5 of Wands. Right? Don't give up. All right. There's some challenges with a Scorpio, but you guys are in it to win it. All right. You guys just challenge each other. Sagittarius, right? They're still a little indecisive. Maybe this week they're finally making that decision. You can feel it. You know that they're feeling pulled towards you, but they're torn between two situations. Capricorn, a big win with a Capricorn this week. It looks like they want your attention. They're coming in to get your attention somehow. Aquarius, a note from an Aquarius. They're definitely wanting maybe money. Be careful. All right. Hey, if it's a friend or a family, I need money. But we are seeing a new start when it comes to an Aquarius and them messaging you. Pisces, hang on, right? You and Pisces here, you got a strong bond. You're building it. You're still working towards it. But you got to have boundaries with a Pisces. I love you. Gemini, June 7th through the 14th, and we have your new moon coming up. So happy birthday. Take a look at the current energy and what is trying to come into your life this week. Right, King of Pentacles, right? So it does look like some financial, health, growth, long-term plans coming to fruition. Seems like whatever you touch this week is looking good. And this could be making some new goals for yourself. Rethinking what you're worth, what you're good at, what you can do with your talents, what you can do with your life, right? Making future plans this week. And I am seeing the Empress underneath that. So that looks like a couple forming, something forming. You're calling something towards you. And I do see a mother and a father. So this week there could be something around parents or being a parent, planning for the future for a plan. Maybe some of you grandparents, some of you are going to be parents, or some of you are connecting with somebody who is a parent. All right, but I am seeing financial and growth and financial planning is big for you. I see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and a Libra. when it comes to relationships. All right, so the current energy is the 9 of Cups. All right, it's a celebration of a relationship. So some of you are forming a relationship with somebody, and some of you are getting what you want this week, which is making you feel very satisfied. All right, there could be a lot of flirting, getting together, and just feeling, very grateful for the attention that you're getting, feeling appreciated, feeling abundance coming your way with that Empress card showing up too. Now, I am seeing a birth. Some of you may find out somebody's pregnant around you, or you may find out you are, if that's a possibility. Some of you may get some luck when it comes to money with that King of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Be careful of overspending. Be careful of splurging. Be careful of, buying rounds for everybody because you just won some money, and then next thing you know, you wake up and half of it's gone. All right, so you have something big here. June 9th is big, so there could be a major blessing there, especially with cash and relationship, with money. All right, so what is shifting for you? The 4 of Cups. Some of you have been waiting and pondering and feeling stuck and feeling bored and feeling tired of waiting for somebody to make that offer to you. All right, so you're getting that offer this week. You are moving from some really dull energy into a little bit more exciting energy for my Cancers. What to expect in love and life. And I'm seeing 8 of Pentacles. Look at this. Improvements, commitments, everything coming together. So this week, fine-tuning things, putting things together, maybe finally moving towards a new job, or finally getting some money so you can purchase whatever it is that you're wanting to purchase. Be mindful of people that are going to come around you this week, especially if you're doing good. And you're growing, you're finally moving, you're finally getting yourself out of this little slump you're in. And then when you got people who want to be around us then that weren't there when you're going through what you're trying to go through, what you're going through to get there. So we're seeing major improvement this week, and we're seeing some abundance come in for you this week. All right, so what to watch for? And I'm seeing the King of Swords. Watch for a specific person here. Like I said, you got Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but you got kind of somebody who's detached, somebody who maybe you're trying to connect with here as well too. That could be circulating around you, especially when things are going good for you. And but there also could be a new person, right? So be mindful. I mean, just because I pull out that one message doesn't mean that there's a person around you. You got a couple of masculine energies around you that are circulating around you. One might be totally out for talking to you and what you're offering, and it might be worthy of this abundance, and you can share and we can see a possible commitment. But one might be emotionally detached and seem to show up only when things are going good. All right, so be mindful of what people's intentions are, and if they are really coming in to commit. All right, so I do see also be mindful too of discernment with the King of Swords, and that's you. Be mindful of what you're saying. Be mindful of how you're talking to yourself. Don't talk yourself out of the good stuff that's trying to come into your life this week. So what else is trying to come in? And I see that, look at this, the 6 of Pentacles, the God's lottery ticket. Where you've been putting your effort, where you've been given money, where you've been given service, where you've been given charity. All right, it's coming back tenfold for you. So this is going to be a really lucky week for you. I feel like the Lover's card really does shine through in this energy. All right, you have a lot of ideas, a lot of things you want, a lot of things, don't sell yourself short this week. It seems like you are attracting some really good abundance into your life. I will look at Aries, Pisces for each zodiac sign, but what is your advice here too? Ace of Swords. All right, basically follow the signs, but don't talk yourself out of, trust what's being offered to you. And, talk this week too, announce, when you want something, or if you have an idea, go for it this week too, as well. I am seeing set your intentions on that new moon, write a fresh script for your future, because this is about future planning. So there could be something major happening that gives you some insight this week, that where you're like, you have an epiphany and you're like, wow, I can really do something different. My life doesn't have to be, suck so bad if it's been sucking for you, right? I feel you at times, right? I hate when things are boring. All right, so I am seeing that your life's not going to be so boring after this week. So Aries through Pisces. I have Aries, 4 of Swords. Give it a couple of days, right? It looks like there's a reset happening between you and an Aries, but you guys will break that barrier. It's only temporary. Taurus, all right? Don't lose hope with a Taurus. It looks like you guys will be making some sort of future plans. Taurus is showing up right here for you. All right, you guys seem to want the same thing. Gemini, celebration. Happy birthday if this is your birthday week, all right? But it looks like some good moments, sharing some good times with another Gemini or even some friends. And things really looking good this week when it comes to happy times, good times. Cancer, Ace of Cups, you may get an offer from a Cancer, right? Or they're showing, expressing their love. An emotional connection is forming between you and a Cancer. Now, Leo, you may defend yourself this week. You may bust open that barrier. You may get them to knock down their walls. You may finally get them to say something, right? You know, but I am seeing assertion and challenges with the Leo, but ones that we can break through. Virgo, Four of Pentacles, right? So you're still establishing a foundation with a Virgo. It's still going. It's slow, but it's going. They're still in the game, and they like being connected to you. Libra, the Death card, right? So something definitely is changing with the Libra this week. They could be leaving your life. If it's a new Libra, they could be getting ready for something new. Let's bring this to life. Let's bring this relationship to life. Scorpio, 10 of Cups, right? Fam, all right? Let's say something good happening between you and a Scorpio this week. Stay open to the blessing. And Sagittarius, you know, the devil is here. The devil's showing up. So whatever it is that's been really weighing on both of you, you may confront it this week. Or you guys just have a very strong attachment to each other and you're not letting go. Capricorn, 8 of Swords. So there is still some confusion here with the Capricorn. Maybe they'll clear things up or tell you the truth about something that you've been waiting on. You know, they just didn't know what to say. Aquarius, I see conversation with an Aquarius. We are seeing a possibility of we both see each other. There's something about each other that we like, but, you know, are we willing to let down our guards? And Pisces. Pisces could turn things around, or come into your life pretty quickly this week with some good news. All right. I love you guys. Cancer, June 7th to the 14th. All right. Getting ready for your season soon. Getting ready for love. All right. Getting ready for some good times. Happy birthday, pre-happy birthday. We're doing the pre-game for you. 2 of Swords, right? So something is going to shift this week. You know, maybe a decision finally being made, something you know that needs to happen. All right. I do feel like right now still, though, don't jump prematurely just yet. All right. You know something is coming. You feel something is coming. But sometimes it's like we don't have to make a decision just yet. Let things play out a little bit more for you. I am seeing the Ace of Cups, all right? So, yes, there is love coming in. And that's funny how I said that at the beginning, because I don't even know where, you know, I was just saying that, you know, this is a good, you know, energy. You're giving off a good energy. Don't second guess yourself. You know, people are being drawn to you, and maybe you're just like, I feel like I should be doing something, or I feel like, you know, I'm feeling this breakthrough coming in, but I don't know what to do. And just hold up for a second. Let's see what the rest of your cards say, because something or someone is trying to knock at your door. And it might not be anything that you have to actually do. Just be open to accept it as it's trying to come into your life. All right. And that could be a new home too, as well, when we're looking at your life as well, or a new job, or something that is just going to make you feel really good about the current situation you're in. You have the Ace of Swords. Look at that, Ace of Swords and 2 of Swords. So you've had some idea, right? Or you've been thinking about a lot of things, and, you know, something, but as you're thinking about them, you're actually pulling them towards you with this energy. That's how, you know, we desire something so much. We have an idea for a reason. We get this download, this drop that, you know, where'd that come from? Why am I feeling this? Why do I know this? Because it's true. It's just that now you're wanting validation really quickly, and it needs to catch up with what, you know, the right timing. So what is shifting this week is the 3 of Swords. So if some of you have been in some sort of separation with somebody, or dealing with some heartache or some sadness or grief, or where's my love? Or why am I alone? Why is this not happening? You know, this pain won't go away. And you are seeing that this pain is about to dissolve this week. So if you've been dealing with a heavy cycle of emotional healing and separation, get ready to move move into, you know, a better energy and love energy, new love trying to enter. Even somebody, for some of you, it could even be a beautiful moment where your heart just opens up and somebody else just really wants to reconcile. So a breakthrough with love and relationships for you. All right, so what to expect in love and life? And I'm seeing 6 of Swords, going somewhere, finally having a direction, finally moving out of the chaos, the storm, and things clearing up for you. So you could get an invitation, you could go somewhere. Remember, June 9th is a big day where finally we're not feeling the pain anymore. Now, some of you, if you've been feeling some physical pain, right, this is also easing up for you too as well. You're moving on past a difficult situation. What to watch for this week? I'm seeing Page of Wands. Any fun, new, exciting energies coming around you? There could be even children or even people. Just start noticing the signs this week. You know, where people are being generous, where people are being flirty, where people are just wanting to be playful around you, wanting to connect with you. They're actually picking up on your energy that you're giving up. They're finding you very attractive. And also, where are you holding back and not expressing yourself, right? Because this could even be asking you to flirt, to lighten up, to really be magnetic and go places and, you know, tap into that aura that draws people to you, this irresistible aura, right? Because you have a very playful energy. So this could be, if you're feeling playful, be playful. Don't let people shut you down, all right? Because this is the energy that you're stepping into. And you could be getting some unexpected or surprise flirty phone calls this week. And it could be a fire sign. So what else is trying to come into your life? Look at this, the 10 of Cups, right? We're seeing, this is massive. This is big. This is abundance with family, abundance with success when it comes to work. The 10 of Cups has been coming in a lot for the past 3 signs. And it just feels like things coming together. This could be major money moments, major relationship moment this week, or family celebration where you just feel like we have time to spend and we can get together. Maybe somebody's coming home, a child's coming home, or you're celebrating a birthday, or somebody that you've been longing for is finally coming home. So it looks like you are moving from this pain into this very huge celebration that is, you know, this could be, you know, something that you could even get prepared for as we're getting prepared for your birthday season, your glow up. Maybe some of you are being asked to kind of tap back into that fun Cancer flirty energy and, you know, get yourself together, get yourself prepared for this new day. Any advice? And that's everything I just said, the 9 of Pentacles. Maybe it is about purchasing, updating your appearance, right? Or stepping into your power, buying new outfits, getting ready for the success that's coming your way. Some of you could get some extra money. Some of you could just have money and it's there and go spend a little bit on yourself this week. All right. So let's see Aries through Pisces, what to expect from each zodiac sign. Aries, 9 of Cups, all right? So big news with an Aries, all right? They're feeling you. You'll be very grateful with the outcome of you and Aries. I see a blessing. Taurus, I see King of Swords. So if they've been detached a little bit, it looks like a Taurus coming in to talk, you know, open up a little bit more conversation. Gemini, making plans, future plans with a Gemini. It seems like they really value you and they want to see this relationship grow into something more sustainable. Cancer, Queen of Wands. Look at that fire sign. You were lit this week. You were showing up. Another Cancer could take action towards you. And also these kings and queens are saying, look, you're the one. You really are somebody that I can see myself with. Leo, 3 of Cups, celebrating some good times with a Leo. You know, whatever it is, you know, finally feeling good. Virgo, Justice, getting that justification that you're looking for, finally knowing or bringing things into balance, making peace with a Virgo. Libra, 8 of Pentacles, things working out really good with a Libra. You know, if they are tending to other things, they may explain to you that they're just distracted right now, but they're still in it. They're still loyal to you. Scorpio, Wheel of Fortune, things looking good and moving with a Scorpio, all right? And, you know, it could be in a direction that you weren't ready for, or you weren't sure of, but something's still moving here with you and the Scorpio. It faded. Sagittarius, 6 of Cups. So we're seeing a reunion with you and Sagittarius. You guys definitely feeling each other's and wanting to feel each other's attention. All right. So you guys could get a message. They could finally reach out, or you could reach out, and it's, you know, we're coming together. You got soulmate energy. Capricorn, the Fool card. So we got a Capricorn entering your life this week. I'm not sure where it's going, but hey, let's get something started. Aquarius, messages from an Aquarius. Maybe you've been waiting for them for a minute, and they've just been kind of stirring up, trying to figure out what to say to you. And Pisces, 8 of Wands. So expect things to move pretty fast with the Pisces this week. Things getting intense, things going fast, things moving, maybe going somewhere. But overall, we're seeing communication that's going back and forth nicely. I love you guys. Enjoy your week. Leo, June 7th to the 14th. And we have that new moon, Gemini, that we are working up to. So let's see your current energy, what's shifting this week, what's trying to come into your life. All right, I have the Fool card. I love this because a bunch of new experiences you're finally stepping out of. Any kind of energy that's been kind of uncertain or quiet, or things going on behind the scenes. And now you have this new beginning, right? The Fool card starts ground zero. The Fool card says, all right, whatever you've been kind of in or stuck in, it's like we're moving finally. We're getting out there. Don't have a plan yet, all right? So, you know, this is like, this week could be like, what's happening? What's going on? You know, I feel like something's coming. I feel like I got to do something. Just go. This is where you just kind of take that step. You open your door, you walk out, and you just see what the day is going to bring. That's what this week's going to be like. It's like, I don't expect to know everything before it comes. You have an Aries energy too. So if you're feeling a nudge, you're feeling like you got to initiate something, go for it. All right, so the current energy, the 6 of Pentacles. All right, so life is trying to come into balance right now for you, something that you've been working on that you haven't been able to kind of see where it was going to take you. You know, you've had to blindly kind of, you know, keep doing, keep working, keep showing up, keep, you know, working on life, keep figuring things out. You're finally getting paid back, right? So you could get a debt being paid back, a loan this week. You could find another solution to a financial issue this week. Your health could be getting better. You've been given to a lot of people, and then it seems like this week a lot is coming towards you, and it just feels like you don't have to ask for much this week, feeling very supported by the energies. So again, it's going to be one of these weeks where it just feels like, you know, just see what happens. Just open up to the possibilities, and you may see a lot of handouts. This can be a reconciliation too with contracts and signing new contracts and negotiations this week with people, and just feeling like everybody's working with you. All right, so what is shifting? I see the 8 of Wands. So if you've been kind of quiet, or things feel like they've slowed down, things are about to pick up for you. All right, there's lots of movement. So this could be conversation with people, reaching out to people, people finally, you know, talking to you, a lot going on at once. Maybe you feel like, okay, things have been quiet, but now all of a sudden, you know, a button was hit, and it's raining, you know, coins, it's raining generosity, it's raining people, it's raining, you know, my person wasn't talking to me, and all of a sudden they won't shut up. That type of energy. So lots of power here with that fire, and maybe even traveling or thinking about finally getting out of the house and trying something new. Remember, the Fool card is saying, who cares about the plans? Just go for it. See where it's taking you. What to expect in love, and I'm seeing the Hierophant. So being seen, being known, and feeling like somebody's understanding your values. All right, so you could be leveling up in a connection too. So maybe a connection seemed like it was going nowhere, and now it's starting to pick up. This week, you could even commit to somebody or recommit to somebody. And whatever block you've been going on with somebody, you know, finally somebody here is saying, you know, I'm on the same page as you. We've gotten through some times together, but now we seem to both learn our lesson, and we're ready to move forward. So relationships kind of taking that next step this week, and it feels like you have moved from some sort of stagnant, maybe feeling less supported. Maybe somebody is finally hearing you, and they're returning the favor, and they're coming in to say, all right, I know what needs to be done. What to watch for this week, and I see the Knight of Pentacles, procrastination. All right, getting stuck in work, getting stuck in your routine, getting stuck in expecting exactly things the way they are and not letting things change. Sometimes we can get stuck in our routine and not want to shake things up. And the Fool card in the Eight of Wands is saying this week your routine might get shaken up a little bit. All right, so if you've been dealing with professions that are slow, or you feel like things haven't been moving that quickly for you because you just got to work, you just got to keep on doing your thing and mustering through, you are being asked for, to trust the process this week. If you get broken out of work routines, it's not good. This is, to me, saying don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. You're still on the right path, but you are being asked to kind of break out of your routine, especially if you have some slow moving situations in your life and you can't get them to move. Try something new, because you do something different, that is what is going to get that energy moving. Now, there could be something that happens with work too as well. Some of you might even break out of a creative block or something that's been holding you back. Some of you may go back to school and may think that there's another direction I can go in. Maybe there is something else I need to do. Maybe my work is getting boring for me, and I'm just, even though there's no pressure, I'm getting bored with it. All right, so you may be doing a personal upgrade or finally completing something in your life and wanting something more. Maybe you're realizing your value here with the Six of Pentacles and you're wanting more money. All right, so what else is trying to come into your life? I see a Queen of Cups. Maybe you're calling in a person. Maybe you're calling in a friend. Maybe you're calling in a lover. Personal self-care is trying to come into your life. Maybe some of you haven't been taking care of yourself enough. You've been kind of giving yourself to everybody else or giving yourself to your life, and you've been trying to just muster through life and you haven't been taking care of yourself. So it does feel like a romantic upgrade is coming in. Something that feels good for you is coming in, and taking care of yourself more is coming in for you as well. Now, there could be a new friend that's coming in for you that's going to influence some change in your life as well, so be aware of that. Any advice for you? The Eight of Cups. Walk away from the things that are not fulfilling you, especially if you can. Now, I understand work is work and everyday life is everyday life. And if we have kids and we have to get up and do laundry and all that other kind of stuff, yeah, we've got to do it. But we also have to make time for ourselves, right? The Eight of Cups. We got to do some soul searching. So it does look like some of you may have been doing some soul searching, and now it's time for movement. It's time for making those choices. Sometimes the hardest choices, all the things that I have that's going on in my life are there. It gives me a reason. It feels like there's something going on with my life, but I'm not feeling fulfilled at the core. And at the core, it's because you're just taking what's being given to you and you're not seeing that there's more out there, right? But you are being asked to do a little soul searching and move towards things that are more fulfilling in your life, and not engaging anymore with things or giving all your energy to things that you feel like are going nowhere. So let's look at Aries through Pisces and see each zodiac sign, what might be coming in this week. We have Aries, Nine of Pentacles. So we have good energy coming in with an Aries, but it looks like Aries does spend a lot of time with themselves. They do their own thing, but they're still invested here. And you could have a moment where they spend some time with you, spend some money on you, or want to plan something with you. They do value their independency. Taurus, I see the Moon card. So I am seeing that there is some emotional turmoil here. Maybe you feel like a little uncertain, or they're feeling emotional this week. All right, they could be a little bit nervous about the future too, and just worried about things. Give it a couple days here with a Taurus this week. It could be just some emotional things going on, something with their mother, something with home, something with their body, and just feeling a little bit uncertain. So try not to read too much into that situation. Gemini, you could be making plans with a Gemini. It looks like something's already getting started. Just keep following the motions and see where it takes you. Cancer, same thing. It looks like you guys are deepening your relationship. You just continue to talk, or you're going to be talking some more, and things are growing between you and a Cancer. Leo, Four of Wands, all right? So I am seeing home, quiet, enjoyment, coming home. Maybe another Leo coming home. Feels like we're a lot more content, or trying to find contentment within the home. And maybe an event, going to an event this week with a Leo. Virgo, Ace of Pentacles, a new start coming in with a Virgo, one that seems very promising. Libra, moving forward with a Libra. It seems like things are starting to grow and expand when it comes to you and Libra. You're not feeling so stuck, but we're still waiting for the right moment, but it still feels pretty good. Scorpio, 6 of Wands. Scorpio looking good. Scorpio wanting your attention. Scorpio, maybe there's a big win. You're getting through some sort of challenge you've had with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, the magic happening with a Sagittarius this week. You have the Fool and you had now you have the Magician. So it shows actually Sagittarius taking action towards this. They're really feeling compelled and pulled towards you. Capricorn, things ending with a Capricorn. It looks like something maybe finally put into rest. You know, we just realized that something might have to change or something is over. Aquarius, I see the Justice card. So I do see there's something about being right, maybe needing to make something right within Aquarius, but we are seeing betrayed or seeing some sort of closure, maybe so having a conversation this week with an Aquarius. And Pisces, taking a rest or a break with a Pisces, allow things to recover, give it a little bit more time with a Pisces. I love you guys. All right, Virgo, June 7th to the 14th, and we are already starting with the Empress card here, the Hermit card underneath that. So you are coming out of a time period of loneliness, being or feeling isolated. Maybe some of you been keeping yourself distant lately, doing your thing. That's your energy, right? Just kind of keeping to yourself and, you know, maybe analyzing everything or trying to, you know, overanalyze everything before you take that step, right? It's like, who am I going to let in? What am I going to do? You know, so you've been maybe giving off a vibe like, I want to be by myself, or I'm just distancing myself. But now we're seeing the Empress card here where it looks like something is trying to grow for you. Something is manifesting for you this week. And the number 3s, right? So something you've been working on, abundance coming into your life, you opening up and calling in maybe new relationships as well, or relationships are growing for you. And when I say relationships, I'm talking about all the people in your life, not just the one person on your mind. All right, so things manifesting, you may see signs this week. June 9th is going to be a very collectively one of the best days right now. And so something big, abundance, I'm going to say money. Money could always come in during this day. So let's see your current energy, the Knight of Cups. All right, so we're seeing new romance try to enter your life too this week as well. You could have a conversation with somebody. Maybe you're wanting to tell somebody how you truly feel. Maybe some of you are feeling, you know, I need some love. Maybe I'm tired of feeling alone, tired of feeling by myself or feeling misunderstood. But I see love and I see you expressing yourself as well too. So this could be a week where it is about you kind of going with the flow and being more chill and not analyzing everything. So getting out of your head and allowing things to flow effortlessly with what's trying to come in. Because this is leaning back, the Empress card, leaning back into love and letting it show up for you. Maybe somebody will deliver a really cool invitation or message to you. Don't say no to any social invitations because somebody could be trying to get you to meet somebody this week. All right, so what is shifting? And I'm seeing the 6 of Pentacles. So a lot of you service, giving, doing, always working, going, right? Feeling like, you know, you're supporting everybody around you, doing everything for everybody around you, but that is shifting. All right, so this is been coming out. It just came out, I think, for Leo, I'm not sure. Or Gemini, but it's like God saying here, I see you. All right, we're going to renegotiate the plans this week. So where you've been given and working and doing, and things have been delayed, and maybe you've been feeling not so supported, and you're just like, I naturally give so much of myself. You know, I do need a payout. We got to keep the scales balanced. You're getting some sort of payout. All right, and things coming into harmony here with that 6 of Pentacles. It's the universal piñata. It's like, I see you. You'll get it back tenfold. So this can be a lot of supportive friends and energy around you where it seems like people are just given to you out of the kindness of their heart. It's like, even if you don't even ask for it. So pay attention to the people that are around you trying to come into your life and, you know, trying to help you and support you in your growth. You know, the 6 of Pentacles is renegotiation. So this week they could be renegotiating a relationship or a contract and a friendship, right? Maybe a friendship is turning into something more with this Knight of Cups here. It could be, you know, we're good friends, but maybe we need to bring some good loving into this, right? So what to expect in love? And I'm seeing the 10 of Cups, right? So you see this ultimate support and friendships, relationships, family, something coming around. Maybe you're getting some money from family, or you're just feeling a good sense of belonging with your community this week. It just feels like people want to be around you, want to see you. And so the Hermit card is telling me you can't hide anymore this week, Virgo. This is where, like, you sometimes tend to pull yourself away and do your own thing, but this week people might make it difficult for you. They may want to be around you. They may be asking about you. They may be like, when are you, or they're going to demand that you show up for things, right? There's just so many opportunities of getting together with people. Some of you could be buying a home or thinking about moving again, or moving in with somebody, right? But somebody in your life is going to make it impossible to avoid that. They want you. They want you around you. They want you a part of their family, a part of their home, right? So this is not going to be a week of you overanalyzing things. It's going to be a week of you trusting the flow with the Empress card and allowing this abundance to come your way. So what to watch for? And I see the World card, closing the door and being too comfortable with the way things are. You know, you got to allow things to be and let things come together. All right. Let these shifts happen. Sometimes we can close our walls and feel like, you know, certain things, I like the way things are. I like the way they are. They have to be a certain way. You know, they have to be, you know, my way, or it's a problem. So maybe not even looking for problems when there aren't any problems, and allowing things to come together without knowing all the answers just yet. I can see that some things are closing for you with that World card. So when things close, the door opens, your social world is going to open. You know, this is opening up your social world. It's opening up new opportunities for you with this World card. So if things are trying to close, even you being alone, or you being stuck in your rut, or you think in a certain way, let that chapter close and step into what's trying to grow for you. What else is trying to come into your life? The end of confusion, the end of feeling indecisive, the end of feeling pulled in several different directions, the end of second guessing or not trusting. So it looks like you're making choices now, instead of sitting in this limbo energy. If somebody's been keeping you kind of hanging, or you've been on the fence about a situation, you will get the resolution that you're looking for this week, especially with the World card. Maybe something does have to end for some of you. Maybe, you know, so we can let something new in. But regardless, the Two of Swords is telling me the end to this energy of feeling like you're sitting on the fence constantly. All right, so let's see your advice. Now look at Aries through Pisces. Nine of Swords. You know, there's just been too many sleepless nights for you, too much worry and anxiety. And this is, again, not the week here to be worried about how something's going to turn out. It looks like God's got your back here, and you are seeing some clarity come in when it comes to, you know, relationships, families, and contracts. Let's look at Aries through Pisces. I do see water energy for you is very strong this week. So if you are connected to a water sign, or even if, you know, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, fixed energy, it feels like things are becoming emotionally stable, more emotionally stable. So let's see, Aries, you got the Eight of Cups. You may decide that for your own emotional stability, I can't deal with this anymore because it's just unfulfilling. So you may go your own direction when it comes to an Aries. Taurus here trying to give it their all, even if it just seems small. There's more to come. All right. It seems like you're growing. This is a fresh energy with you and a Taurus. They're really being sincere. They really care about you. Gemini, I see a reunion with a Gemini. It looks like they just have love for you. Maybe wanting to reach out and wanting to reconcile, or a new Gemini coming into your life. I see soulmate energy. Cancer, Seven of Pentacles, finally reaching out, making plans with you. So you could be making future plans with a Cancer, finally deciding where this relationship is going. We need a solid direction. No more waiting around. Leo, I see discernment with a Leo, right? You guys kind of talking things out in, you know, this week. Who knows where it's going, but it does look like you are trying to look at things, lighten things up, and try to figure out the direction of the connection. Virgo, you have the Six of Wands. You have a very big win this week. It looks like people who are on your side, people who appreciate you, people who see you are really kind of, they're parading behind you. They're wanting you to win. So you have a lot of support when it comes to the public, the people, the recognition, wins, any kind of challenges you've been having in this week. Looks like it's lifting up, and status change with you and another Virgo. So changing from single to relationship. Libra, I see the Tower card. There could be some news coming in that changes everything when it comes to a Libra, so be prepared. It's a wake-up call, you know, so these kind of shifts can either wake us up to what the reality is, or it can actually get us so that we're moving forward, or we can break up, right, have an argument, have some disagreement with a Libra. Scorpio, 8 of Wands, so lots of movement with a Scorpio. It looks like the pressure's on. I don't want to lose this opportunity, don't want to miss the opportunity. Let's see where things go. So things getting fiery with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, things could end. Finally, maybe you know that they've been ending. It's time to move on. For some of you, the Death card, if it's a new Sagittarius, it can be, you know, moving slowly because I just came out of an ending. Capricorn, 5 of Cups. So Capricorn still mulling over the past. You may feel distant from a Capricorn. You may feel like, you know, they're down and out. Maybe they're just in an energy they can't receive just yet. Your offer. All right. They seem to be at rock bottom or dealing with something that's causing a lot of pain. Aquarius, 2 of Pentacles, making some shifts in a movement with an Aquarius. You guys could be making future plans here, just kind of going with the flow. If things are normal between you and an Aquarius, it looks like you guys are still just moving and grooving. Pisces, Queen of Wands. Pisces taking the cake here. Pisces is like, I want this, I want you. Let's step up, let's go. I'm very drawn to you. All right, so you and Pisces taking some steps this week. Love you guys. Libra, June 7th to the 14th, and we're working up to that new moon in Gemini. So let's see your current energy and what's trying to come into your life this week. You know, June 9th is a very special day this week, and I see the Sun card. All right, so this is bringing massive luck into your life. So this is the undertone, right? It looks like some lights trying to shine, some good stuff trying to come through, romance, sexual energy, something creative, fallen in love, confidence, right, with this energy. So your confidence is really lifting and really shining this week. So you might be expressing yourself. This can be relationship breakthroughs this week and the big hell yeses. So, you know, the 9th, right, professional, romance, love, some sort of luck coming in, breakthrough. And this can even be public recognition, like people see your aura, people see who you are, they love the way you express yourself. So let's see what's going on. We see, look at the Lovers card underneath that. So you are seeing reciprocity, somebody seeing you, somebody being attracted to you, somebody attracted to the real love energy. I'm going to go with real love here because the light is bringing you guys closer together. So this could be a birth of a brand new creative project, also creative relationship. So Leo and Gemini, Virgo energy. Leo and Gemini energy. Let's see the current energy for you. The Ace of Swords. All right, you know something. You've been focused. This has been what you've been wanting. You've been thinking about it. You know, I just feel like, you know, it's going to show up. It's going to happen. You feel a different energy. You know, it's, you know, something's working, but I want to see the signs. And it looks like this could be what's shifting. So let's see what's shifting this week. And I see the 8 of Pentacles. A lot of you have been putting a lot of work in. A lot of you have been hyper-focused. Maybe some of you even, you know, so committed and so focused and given all your time and energy to certain things in your life. And you just can't see, you know, you think you have a lot to think about. You've had plenty of time to really kind of fine tune and script and master what it is that you want. But sometimes we can get in this energy, the 8 of Pentacles, where we're always focused on work, new job, how things, everything has to be perfect. You know, everything has to go according to plan, right? And this is where your plan's going to be shaken, right? This is when you're not even paying attention. The way you thought it was going to work out for you, the way you thought it was going to show up is not going to show up according to your plan. All right, so what to expect in love and life this week? And the 8 of Swords, all that insecurity, all that uncertainty, all that worry is about to leave your life. All right, there is somebody coming in who's ready to match your energy with that Lovers card. and the Sun card. All right, some of you really been putting yourself into a lot of projects, a lot of hobbies, a work, maybe a new job. Maybe you're just thinking, I need to go do this. I need to just focus on me because I'm not seeing everything else come through. But secretly, it's been really overwhelming you, and it's really been keeping you stuck. And maybe some of you come into terms or thinking that, you know what, maybe just it's not going to happen. I have a lot of this self-doubt. And be mindful of that, because some of you can have so much self-doubt, right, that you're trying to fix everything. You're trying to fix every problem you think you have, everything that you think is stopping love from coming in. You're trying to fine tune, and you're making everything perfect. And, you're probably doing way too much or overgiving or perfecting yourself so other people can't even match your frequency. Now, other people are going to be like, damn, you're perfect, Libra. You're looking great. But now whenever I see you or I'm around you, I feel like I got to meet your expectations because you have worked so hard that you're wanting something to be just as dedicated and just as good as what you've been putting in. And this is where, that Sun card comes in and says, surprise, it's not going to be who or what you think, but, it's not going to be how you want it to be, but it's definitely going to be love, right? It's going to be somebody who's actually matching the energy that maybe you have been forgetting to look at. Because while you're trying to perfect all these other things around you, your real core being is trying to come out, not the person that you're trying to create for somebody else. Or yourself thinking that you have to improve everything in order to have love. All right, so what to watch for this week? And I'm seeing the Death card. All right, grieving. All right, worrying about, the past, letting things go. Maybe somebody from the past, or maybe doubting certain situations, maybe thinking that things are over. So you are being asked here to let go of things that really want to leave your life. Stop trying to bring life into old thoughts. Stop trying to think of something and being like, because look at the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is like a limited belief. So you could easily this week bring back to life, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe I should do this, or maybe this is over because of this, right? And so you could not give something full effort because you'd rather shut it off and say, it's done, it's over. So watch out for these very strong convictions in your limited beliefs this week. All right. A simple change in just allowing things to happen, because the Sun card is showing a rebirth with the Death card. It is saying that things are not over. Things are not dead. Things are not out of your control. They are actually growing for you, coming in. Other things are growing for you. The things that you think you need are not what's happening here. All right, so any advice for you? I see the Chariot. All right, Spirit, connecting to Spirit this week, connecting to trust, and just allowing God to drive the car and move things forward. All right, going somewhere. Maybe some of you, it's about finally going, right? Let go of doubt, let go of your fears, and just go do something. Stop making excuses and trying to avoid all your problems or all the things that you need to do that you know that you need to do in order to change your life. All right, so I am seeing, this is not prioritizing you having to control everything. You have to make it happen. You have to have a plan. This is God has a plan for you. And trust in, I could get all spiritual here with the Sun here too, because I just feel like, you don't have to worry about all these fears. Give them to God, all right? Because you are being pushed into a new direction. I do see Cancer energy for you. And the Ace of Swords here too talks about conversation. So you could experience this week a text, a call, a conversation, or even a new contract with a job that actually is ending any kind of financial concern that you may have. And it is, maybe some of you purchasing a new car, being able to move forward and go somewhere new. So we are seeing this big breakthrough energy that could be starting this week. And we do have the new moon. All right, so let's look at what else, women? What else is trying to come into your life? I see the 10 of Pentacles. Look at this, the big abundance, winning the lottery. Maybe some of you buy a $1 ticket. $1 ticket, right? Don't do anything else, because then you'll come back and blame it on me. But I am seeing a lucky windfall, lucky draw. You got good luck around money, family, home, finances, and security. All right, so we are seeing a win come in this week. If some of you have been waiting for some money, we do see a leveling up, upgrade, maybe a payout, pay raise. Aries through Pisces. Aries, you could be making some plans with an Aries finally. If things have been stagnant, right, and you haven't been certain, right, don't worry about how it's going to happen. It's going to happen. They're just as invested in you. So you could be making some plans to move forward. Taurus, things haven't changed much with a Taurus. So wherever you're at with a Taurus, that's where it's at. All right. So some of you could be getting sick of that. You know, it's like, I need things to change. But that's also a change of perspective. Maybe something's not ready to move just yet with you and a Taurus. Gemini, I see 3 of Swords. I see process and a separation still, maybe still dealing with some pain here. And it is time to move on. Maybe, you know, just temporarily. Cancer, I see the Strength card. So you guys are strengthening your relationship this week. It looks like we do have something here, even if we have a little bit of pride, whatever, still attracted to you, and things are going to start to get stronger or develop more between you and Cancer. Leo, I'm seeing the 8th of Wands. So sparking up conversation. This could be a new relationship with the Leo. Virgo, 5 of Cups. Virgo's still mulling over something here. So things still kind of feel like, you know, I'm just not in energy where I can give to this right now. I do think about you, but I'm still kind of processing something that I'm dealing with. Libra, Page of Pentacles. Look at this new opportunity coming your way. Look at this new friendship, new person, new start with another Libra. It's like we're taking it slow, but, you know, it's the way people are right now. Bottom line, people just don't want to commit too quickly. It's like the intensity that people want in relationships are because we've had too much time to really define what we want. And we're expecting this like huge blowout when it comes to a relationship. And every person we see, it's like, could this be the one? Could this be the one? But it's starting slow with you and Libra. Scorpio, the Fool card, right? Off to a new start with Scorpio. Things still moving. They're coming back around or coming into your life. We don't need to know where things are going, but just keep taking it one step at a time. Sagittarius, you have a new offer coming in with a Sagittarius. You're getting so many aces today. So let things happen this week. There's a start coming in with a Sag. Capricorn, you may finally face the truth with a Capricorn. You know, reconcile, forgive, decide to, you know what you know, and that's it, right? It's hard to unknow what you know. Aquarius, things moving pretty fast with an Aquarius. So expect the pace to pick up. And Pisces, Queen of Pentacles, wanting to make plans for the future. So Pisces getting more serious about this connection as well, Libra. So Pisces could be somebody that is on the radar, being the one. I love you guys. Scorpio, June 7th to the 14th. Watch out for June 9th. That's going to be an amazing day. Expect something big for that day. Page of Cups. So the weak energy is given off under the undertone. Is love. It's new, it's innocent, it's new beginnings, it's leveling up in a relationship, talking to somebody, connecting with somebody, opening up and being honest. All right, so maybe somebody trying to be honest with you about their emotions. You know, it could be a child, something around children this week as well. And this could be a new person trying to enter your life as well. So the week is, you know, kind of the way I look at this card is undertow of things. It's not the current energy, but it's definitely where you're being pulled to no matter what. You're being pulled to open up emotionally with somebody. So the current energy this week, 7 of Pentacles. Maybe some of you kind of getting bored with the same routine, you know, feeling kind of emotionally or creatively stuck. You know, what's next, right? Maybe you're not seeing all the possibilities. You want something to change. You know, you've been feeling stagnant, doing a lot of review of where you're at. Sometimes this energy is, I don't like how far I've gotten. I thought I was going to be somewhere more. I thought, you know, I've been working so hard and I'm just not seeing the fruits of all my labor. And, but it's coming. It's coming. Sometimes, you know, not every day can be exciting. Not every day can be, you know, every time I do something, I'm going to get a huge payout, but you see a payout coming in. All right. So you may have been sitting in this energy of, review, constantly thinking about what needs to end, what needs to change, what do I want to do, what's really going to make me happy. Because the things, you could stay in this energy and you could be content, you could be fine, but it feels like you want something more. Right? And you're tired of feeling like the future is uncertain with this energy. And this is where it's like a retrograde energy. You really got to kind of go back and say, where did I make a turn? What did I do? What did I think was supposed to come out? Am I still on the right path? So what is shifting this week? Ace of Swords, the clear sign. All right. The clear sign is right up around the bend here. Maybe you have been stagnant for a minute and you don't know if you want to take a left or a right. Well, it looks like the sign's coming in here where the guesswork is not going to be there anymore. So you might be feeling this week that you're very much convicted on the direction that you want to go in. Right. I know what I need to do now. I know what needs to happen. All right. So it looks very optimistic. It looks clear. It could be a new contract with somebody or a job or a situation. Could be improvements around the house. It could be something that you've been pondering on buying, like me. It's like, it's been taking me years to figure out what I want to buy. And, now you could be purchasing something where you have to sign something and get something. And now it is saying you're ready for it, but maybe some of you are waiting for the perfect moment. And that perfect moment is now. All right. So let's see what to expect in love and life. And I'm seeing the 10 of Swords. So getting over some sort of difficult time. So this week could be one of those weeks where you are reaching some point where you know that it is time to decide on a situation. It's like it's been coming. I know I need to let go of something. Now, with this 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, though, it tells me two different things. It doesn't necessarily say you have to end a relationship. Even though for some of you, I'm not going to deny this, it is saying, you've been waiting too long and you've been feeling stuck and you just don't know where the relationship is going. So some of you, it's like, I need to decide if I've been waiting on somebody to come back around. Maybe I need to change my perspective and allow new love to come in. All right. I need to work on something new. I can't just keep waiting or comparing my new life with something that's already happened. If some of you are lonely or gotten out of a relationship, this is, you have got to let somebody in, right? It's time to move forward, but you could be trying to prepare too much for this relationship, and it has to be perfect. And that is why, you've been challenged with relationships lately. All right. So what to expect is, somebody could be coming into your life that is challenging you. Maybe they are different from the past, but you're expecting them to let you down. You're trying to rebuild from a relationship, but you're still comparing somebody new based off of what you experienced in the past. Right? And this is saying you got to let that go too. Things are not going to be as difficult as you think. You have the Ace of Swords. It's like we're ready for this fresh new start. All right, so what to watch for this week? And I'm seeing the 9 of Swords, stress, overly worrying about every decision that you're making when it comes to love. All right, so it's going to thrive when you worry less about what's going to happen next and letting things unfold naturally. I do feel like some of you are going to get that message this week. And if it's not the one that you've been waiting on, you have to make a decision about your path forward. We have a new moon coming in. Am I going to keep letting something drain me so much that the 9 of Swords, already that this has been going on long enough. All right, that is it. All right, it's time to move forward. Now, if you've been single, you know that you've been being too protective and you're not letting anybody, you're making every excuse not to let love into your life. And I see somebody that's trying to knock at your door. So what else is coming into your life? I see a King of Swords. So I have an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right, you have somebody here trying to connect with you, trying to communicate with you. Maybe somebody is a little bit detached and this is hard for you to read and you're needing somebody to emotionally express themselves. Let's look at Aries to Pisces and I'll see of which sign you may feel that is there and is wanting to emotionally connect with you. For some of you, the 10 of Swords can be saying that you are dealing with an emotionally unavailable person. And this person may not be the one that is going to get you to where you want it to go, right? But you have free will, so don't take my messages as, being the absolute end all be all here, right? So any advice for you? Two of Pentacles, you got a huge decision to make about your future this week when it comes to love. And, you know, you got to trust the process of renewal, especially emotional renewal. If you're trying to connect with somebody, but you're analyzing everything and you're expecting the worst and you're having a hard time letting it start, this could be because you're not letting a past go. But for some of you, you could be making a decision about whether or not somebody is as invested as you are. And if you're going to sit in this energy of waiting much longer. So Aries, I see the Ace of Wands. Aries wants to spark up something with you, right? So conversation coming in with an Aries. Taurus loves you, and it looks like you guys sharing some good times together this week. You know, let's just kind of lighten things up and be playful, do more fun things, or just, you know, keep relationship conversation casual instead of going so deep. Gemini, making plans, right? So they are not losing hope in this connection. They want to make plans with you. Cancer, right? You may be finally resolving a situation with Cancer and making peace with something. All right. Now, this could be good for some of you. It's a resolution, but it also could be an ending. It could be like, I'm done dealing with this. It's not real. Leo, Four of Swords, give it a few more days. I see a reset coming in with you and a Leo. Maybe they've had enough time to really think about what they want. Virgo, King of Pentacles, you and Virgo building, right? You guys have always, you know, you kind of on the same page. You guys are still kind of working towards something. If you've been in a relationship with them, it looks like, you know, they're really grounding in and taking this relationship seriously. Libra, Eight of Pentacles. Libra also very committed to this connection. So even if it seems like things maybe have been stagnant, it looks like you guys are improving and moving your relationship along. Scorpio, you have the Five of Wands. You have a lot of intensity, inner conflict, and stress when it comes to, you know, do I fight for this? Do I move for this? This is challenging me. And some answers may be yes, and some may be no. All right. So with another Scorpio, you're going to have to think about it. Is this just too much? Or is this worth the fight? Sagittarius, Nine of Wands, it's saying you got one more go, don't give up. You guys have been through a lot, and there's still room to grow here. Capricorn, you may be making an important decision with the Capricorn this week. Trust your truth, trust your higher self. There could be improvements or forgiveness with the Capricorn. Aquarius, Seven of Swords, you just can't trust an Aquarius, and you know it. So there's a, you know, you just got to decide, am I going to ignore the red flags, or am I going to be honest with myself, or am I just going to confront it? And Pisces, Ten of Wands, obviously a breakthrough with a Pisces too. Maybe some of you feeling the weight, feel like you're carrying the relationship on your own. And there may be a breakthrough with you and a Pisces this week where you kind of drop it, let it go. I love you guys, Scorpio. Sagittarius, June 7th to the 14th. Pay attention to the 9th, a very lucky day. And we have the new moon Gemini on the 14th. All right, Five of Wands. All right, got to fight for something. If you're very passionate about something, and this week there could be some inner turmoil, conflict, challenges, where it's like, you know, oh, you're going to challenge me. I'm going to get this. I'm going to fight for it, right? A lot of competition with yourself and others this week. But it's not giving up on the fight, right? If some of you are feeling that strong pull, don't give up on the fight. Now, some of you could be dealing with, you know, external things going on, and you're just like, is this my fight? If it's not my fight, it's not your fight. All right. There could be people challenging you. And sometimes it's not your circus to participate in. So the current energy of the week is the Two of Pentacles, making a decision about what's yours to fight for and what's not. All right. You know, it's like, I got to make a decision. Sometimes I just have to adapt. Sometimes people or challenges get in my way, and I just have to figure out another way around it. All right. Be ready to make a decision. For some of you, it could be a clean break from a party that is just dysfunctional. For some of you, it could be, you know, finally finding the solution on how to solve a problem. And I got this. So it does seem like it could be an overall week where it just feels like it's all over the place at times. It can get a little bit overwhelming at times. It's like, I got to decide which fight I'm going to fight for. What is shifting this week? I see the Six of Pentacles. Deciding where to give your energy and not. Who's supportive of you? Who's around you? Who's there to share the time, share the effort, share the resources. So we are making important decisions this week around who and where you're valuing your time, where you're spending your time. All right. If you're meant to be around certain people, you will see who is giving more time to you, who is responding to you, who appreciates you. You could be renegotiating some contracts this week, right? Am I getting paid my worth? Is this person putting in enough, or do I do everything? Right. So this week you're shifting from that. Like, I'm not going to be taking care of everything. I need others to kind of put in. Now, if you've been putting in a lot of work, the Two of Pentacles, it seems like you've been grinding, maybe some of you 2 jobs, or family and home and work, you just have a lot going on. We are seeing a payout come in here. So that 9th could be where something you've been working for is finally coming to light. Somebody is valuing you. Somebody's giving back to you. All right. So let's see what to expect in love and life. I see a Queen of Cups. So there could be a person that you love, somebody that you care about, that is coming into your awareness. Somebody may bring some energy towards you, may bring some information towards you, may bring some money and some support towards you, right? So pay attention to a water sign who's very valuable. This person seems very intuitive, very creative, very loving, and really does care about you. So there could be some resources. You could be deepening your connection with a friend, a sister, a lover, a co-worker, but it seems like they really have your best interest at heart. And this week it's going to be determining who really does have your best interest at heart. And it'll be shown to you who is worth your effort. Now, you may also get information or sign a partnership or a contract with this person. And this person could be very valuable to when it comes to you meeting somebody if you're single. So what to watch for this week? Page of Cups, all right? Watch for opening up, closing off, or not being ready, available. If somebody's trying to give you love or show you love, somebody could be very subtle about it. I am seeing a mother and child, so there could be some money or contract or something happening with a child you want to be aware of. But also somebody could be trying to express themselves and they're very shy about it or very innocent about it. And watch out for subtle signs. Pay attention to who is trying to be close to you, even during disagreements, relationship disagreements. See who's really trying to they might not be saying the right things. They might not always be doing the right things, but pay attention to how they're feeling and how they're making you feel. I can see a relationship deepening, somebody trying to express their love. But if it's very subtle, you might not see it. All right. So what else is trying to come into your life? I see the Death card. All right. Resolution of things that you already know need to go. All right. Drop it. Drop it. All right. It's like if we're trying to keep something alive that we know is just run its course. So why are we keeping it alive? What is going on there? At some point when something is over and something is done and we know it is, we really got to dive in and say, why can't we just resolve it? It's our ego. It's our pride. It's something that happened and that we just don't want to sit with it. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want it to end. But some things are inevitable. Some things do need to end. Now, there could be something this week that maybe you're finally letting it go. You're making that decision that I'm not going to invest any more time in this. I'm not going to do it. I'm making room for some growth. Now, there could be some endings happening that you are unaware of that could come in too as well. And you may have to make plans or readjust your life around some sort of situation that may be coming to an end. If you're grieving something, this could be a time period where it's time to pick yourself back up, a little bit of self-care and say, things do come to an end. Maybe think about what it meant to you and move forward and grow from it. Very strong Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy coming through. Your advice, the Sun card, rebirth, renewal. All right. This is time for you to really be vulnerable, and there's a gift coming in for you, and receiving support and receiving money and receiving that pinata full of life surprises that's trying to come in for you. This is confidence, passion, and new starts that are trying to come into your life, new beginnings that are really trying to come into your life. And a lot of luck. And this could even be stemming into the summertime. We got Venus going into Leo as well with this energy. And it seems seems like, you know, a rebirth, a renewal is trying to come into your life, Sag. So embrace it. Anything that needs to end, let it end, because the honest truth is that when we won't let something end or die, we are absorbing our energy, our mind into that situation, and we're not aware of what else is really going on around us. If you could just pluck that one thing out that you cannot let go of, that you're ruminating, what else would you be thinking about? At first, it will be nothing because you won't know how to fill it, but life will fill it for you. So let's look at Aries through Pisces. You do have a strong sense of rebirth coming in for you with these two cards. Aries through Pisces, if you are connected to somebody. Aries, Knight of Cups, maybe announcing an invitation this week, or announcing that they love you this week, right? Or new romance coming in. Taurus, it seems like you guys may be on the same page. You could be taking the next step in a relationship, you know, deciding that there's something here that worth investing. Gemini, I'm seeing new offer come in with a Gemini. I am seeing a lot of new love, new emotional energy, expressing their love to you, or just giving you a sign that they're interested. Cancer, 8 of Cups, you may be walking away from a Cancer. It's just not enough, right? It doesn't mean that they're not there, or there still couldn't be a possibility, but it just seems like it's not enough for you, and they may be going their own way too. Leo, 6 of Cups, you and Leo really on the same page this week. Conversations could seem smooth to go lightly. It feels like you both are feeling the love. Virgo, you can't trust it, right? Or there's red flags, or they don't trust you, one or the other, right? Or they just don't trust. But we are seeing some red flags come up with a Virgo. You might want to investigate. Libra, the Tower card, right? It's facing truth, moving on. It's like something wasn't stable, something wasn't happening, and it's breaking down for a reason. Let it break down, right? And see what happens later, you know? But right now, it looks like the Tower card. It's like something's not stable there. Scorpio, Ace of Wands, very passionate about you, very interested in things sparking up. Maybe things will finally start to take off with you and a Scorpio. Sagittarius is all about it. Let's have fun. There's a lot of chemistry between you and a Sag this week. Things could really just go in all kinds of different directions that you didn't even expect. Capricorn, King of Wands, same thing. Capricorn, a big king coming in saying, I want this. I want your energy. I'm all about you. Aquarius, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's Aquarius, the Hermit card. So Aquarius kind of being lonely this week. You may feel distant. They're kind of stuck in their ways. Maybe this isn't the right time. It doesn't mean there's no possibilities there, but right now they're just giving off an energy of I want to be by myself. Pisces, I see a new start again, right? So Pisces coming in to see where things go. They're coming back around. You know, let's just kind of take it day by day and see what happens. I love you, Sagittarius. Capricorn, June 7th to the 14th. Pay attention to the 9th, a very special day. And then we have the 14th, the new moon in Gemini. All right, off to a good start. Page of Cups, somebody trying to enter your life, right? Romance, love's growing. It seems like somebody's got some feelings for you. This whole week is about who is feeling me, who is seeing me, and, you know, who hears me when I express myself. And it could be very subtle too, so pay attention to the way people are making you feel this week. I do see the 9 of Wands, so I see an undertone here of, you know, a little bit burnt out, a little bit stressed out and feeling like giving up. But don't give up yet this week. This week you may notice subtle signs that people around you just really wanted to connect with you emotionally. You have a water sign too. It could be also children this week could be very important to you. They're showing up, they're influencing your decisions. 4 Swords is the overall energy. So I am seeing giving yourself a little bit of a break and enjoy the love. All right, maybe you've been doing a lot of work. You've been really trying to keep things together. You know, who's on my team, who's helping out, who am I supporting? You know, I'm just doing a lot of things, right? And I get the 3 of Pentacles energy. It just feels like, you know, I'm just trying to make it work. I'm just trying to keep it together, especially with that 9 of Wands, right? You could be burning the candle at both ends. You know, I'm very dedicated, you know, very dedicated to, you know, your work, your health, your life, but sometimes you just need a reset and you need to step back. You need to let other people, you know, do their part. All right, so people showing up for you this week, maybe you do need a rest. Maybe you do need to ask for people to pick up the slack a little bit. All right, so what's shifting this week? And I'm seeing the 8 of Cups, all right? So it does feel like you've got too much on your plate. You've had a lot on your plate. And what's shifting this week is you giving yourself a little bit of alone time, a little bit of this quiet time to just rest and relax, maybe watching some TV, maybe going somewhere, doing something, and things that are just not fulfilling you, right? It feels like softening up. You can't give everything and everyone and everything in your life all the attention in the world. Sometimes we just need these moments where we just take a break and we rest. It doesn't mean life doesn't go on. And it doesn't mean that, anything's slowing down for you. It's just reminding you, though, that, you just got to give yourself that little bit, a couple hours or some space to really think and be by yourself. All right, so let's see what to expect in love and life. And I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles. You could be taking a break this week to be thinking about the relationships in your life. Where are they going? Maybe you're analyzing, trying to figure out too much too quickly. All right, do you need to know all the answers just yet? The 7 of Pentacles can also say, just give yourself a little bit of a break and enjoy all the wins that you just recently had. Enjoy all the things that are coming together. Because sometimes when things slow down or things get quiet, we want to do more. We think we have to film more, or something's wrong if it's not moving just yet. But right now it feels like it's not supposed to be crazy moving. It's supposed to be more subtle and enjoying the moment of how far you've come or what you're dealing with. A relationship is growing. Investments are growing. Things that are meant to leave are going to leave if they're not investing in you. And this week, you will see when you slow down and don't have to put so much effort in, people are still going to be there for you. People are still going to be connecting with you and wanting to know what you're up to, especially if you take some time out. People will notice you gone, right? So this is one of these things where you don't always have to be on or performing and controlling the narrative, and maybe having a little bit of more romantic fun and just enjoying the current moment and staying in the now present moment, right? And seeing really the fruits of your labor, seeing how far you've come rather than trying to control the next thing that comes into your life. What to watch for, the Lovers card. All right, so soul level feelings this week are going to be very obvious. Somebody could be thinking about you constantly. This is ruled by Mercury, so it's more of a thinking energy. Somebody desires you, but sometimes you may be focused too much on the future, right? And rather than enjoying the present moment, and it looks like somebody really does want to enjoy a present moment with you this week. So you may be deepening your connection. So watching for how other people are making you feel, because you should be able to feel a very soul deep connection or conversation with somebody this week that you just know we're on the right path. So you kind of see this Temperance energy up here, which says we don't have to worry about how things unfold. Just let them unfold right now. And there's a new understanding here and a mutual understanding with you and your closest connections where you feel safe. So I'm getting the word safe here. It feels very comfortable with you and the people that are meant to be in your life. All right, so any advice? And I see the Strength card. So self-control this week, feeling like you have to control every situation. If things seem a little bit quiet or content, that's a good thing. That's a good sign that you're leaving some sort of chaos behind, and things are starting to actually pan out and become normal in some way, whatever normal is. But it just, maybe you have forgotten what it felt like to just be normal, right? So keeping self-control. And anything else, I see the 9 of Swords with that, right? Those days of worrying about everything and and thinking about everything, it's a pattern now. So now you're going to have to mentally kind of say to yourself, stop thinking about these things, right? Literally say, I'm not losing sleep over worrying about the future anymore. Everything is fine right now. Everything is going to be fine, and expect some blessing this week when it comes to money, when it comes to improvement, and when it comes to people who are really committed to you. Serious relationship clarity this week, supportive people, and you don't have to carry the weight alone. You will see that the people that are around you are there to also carry you. All right, let's look at Aries through Pisces. Aries, 10 of Swords, right? So an end to a difficult time with an Aries. Maybe you see this coming. Maybe they're dealing with an end of a difficult time. For some of you, this could be a rebuild. This could be finally moving on from an Aries with that 10 of Swords energy. If you're new with an Aries, this could be that it's just getting started. So let things be and let things pan out. Taurus, 5 of Wands, trying to challenge everything with the Taurus. Let it be. All right. There could be some conflict. There could be some challenges, but it could be internal with you. All right. It looks as though keep fighting for this. Keep working through this. But, you know, remember your energy up here. Let them show up. Let them fight for you. Gemini, Knight of Cups, Gemini coming in with a love offer. All right. Feeling the love for you. So it's like a very love and supportive energy here with Gemini. Cancer, also thinking about you, maybe a conversation coming in. There's still some discernment there. Maybe you guys are just trying to figure things out, let things be, but I see a conversation. Leo, making a decision this week finally. You know, they've been on the fence for a minute, but it looks like an important decision coming in. And Virgo, I see the 3 of Swords, right? So there could be a separation happening with you and a Virgo. Maybe it's just temporary. You need to give each other a little bit more time with that 4 of Swords. Libra, things working out with a Libra. You know, maybe they're content, keep things the way they are. It looks like you could be stepping up from the 7 to the 8 of Pentacles. Things getting a little bit better between the 2 of you. You guys are still committed to this. Scorpio, the Emperor card, Scorpio in charge. Scorpio taking action this week and really cares about you. All right. A lot of influence in your life and building that foundation with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, the energy could be moving really fast this week. A lot of communication and things getting exciting. Maybe just kind of go with the flow here and see where they take it. Capricorn, 6 of Pentacles. Capricorn, sorry. I am seeing the 6 and the 7 of Pentacles for you. All right. So I am seeing improvement with your health, wealth, and finances. All right. And I am seeing with you and another Capricorn, a renegotiation. So deciding to talk about, you know, plans, deciding to figure out where we're taking this relationship. So Capricorn, I'm also seeing a balance here too, just letting people support you as well and letting your Capricorn support you, because it looks like things are starting to come into balance. Aquarius, Page of Wands. I'm seeing fun, flirty phone calls with an Aquarius and things starting to, you know, really look good with you guys. And Pisces, 8 of Swords, right? There's some distraction with the Pisces and there's some limited beliefs and thinking that things are not going to work out the way you want them to. I'm feeling let it be for now, all right? Because if you react or act in this energy, you could self-sabotage the situation. I love you guys. Aquarius, June 7th to the 14th. Watch for the 9th. Very good day. Very special day. And the 14th, the new moon in Gemini. Let's take a look at this week, what's trying to come in for you. The Queen of Wands, right? So you got it. All right. This is you really taking those steps when you feel called to. Don't underestimate yourself this week. Stay focused and show up, because you're giving off an awesome vibe here, being very confident. There could be a fire, feminine energy that is around you as well, too, that's helping or supporting your decisions, or, you know, coming to you with some new ideas that might, you know, set you off into replanning or reorganizing your future. Current energy, 5 of Swords. So I do see that you could be very stressed or, you know, thinking about a lot of things at once, overstimulated. Watch out for being overstimulated with this energy, trying to figure out too many things at once. Maybe you have a lot of personal things that you're currently dealing with, and you're trying to figure out all the solutions. And sometimes you can't fix everything at once. All right. So, you know, if you're dealing with a lot of chaos, a lot of things going on, a lot of stress, you know, sometimes you can take a break from social media or take a break from, you know, just trying to do everything at once and tackle one thing at a time. So what is shifting this week? I see the Tower card. All right, so I am seeing that there is something that is trying to be revealed to you, something that is trying to change. If you have too much on your plate and you just feel frozen or overstimulated or can't make a decision is going to be made this week where, you know, there's conflicts, right? There could be a conflict this week that is trying to clear your path. So something that's not worth your time or energy anymore is clearing away. Something that needs to be said, if you need to get something off your chest, is going to come out and unavoidable if you've been trying to hold on to it for too long. All right. So I do feel like, you know, God's spoken. He has the Tower cards and change needs to happen. And if you've been overly stressed or overly worried about something and avoiding change, this week it's going to be hard to resist or hard to control what is trying to change or shift around your life. Now, you may get some information, or there could be some conflict that stresses you out a little bit this week. And you might make it bigger than it is, because you just can't handle it, or you're overly stressed about it. Now, it could be something around your foundation. Something needs to be fixed. You're not sure what to do about it. But what's trying to leave, though, is all this chaos. That's the good news. All this instability, all this uncertainty, all this confusion, right? It's like God's trying to clear this up for you so that you have a clear path forward. So what to expect in love and life? And I'm seeing, look at this, the Two of Wands. So it looks like this has already been activated and things have already been happening. So this week you may be pushed out of your comfort zone, and you may be changing your routine. All right, there could be somebody new coming into your life that is pulling you out of this rut, somebody that's trying to help you change, somebody that's helping you get through this problem that you're having, or get into this chaos. You can't see the solution. It looks like you're finally seeing a solution, whether through partnership with somebody, making plans to go somewhere, or some of you may be getting pushed out of your comfort zone to finally go and do that thing that you know you need to do. What to watch for this week? Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities trying to show up. It could be a new job, new friend, new position. It could be a way to make money. All right, so there are opportunities trying to show up for you this week. This could be a new home, new move. Sorry, every time I do long lives, my throat does this. We are seeing here Ace of Pentacles. You are being summoned to this doorway that is opening up for you. Now, it could be coming through by somebody else, trying right time, right place, but you have to make the move for it. This is showing action. You know, God has spoken, but you need to do the next step. You need to move forward. You need to take that next step, right? Moving forward. So what else is trying to come into your life? I see the Ten of Pentacles, right? A new life is trying to come into your life. A new routine, right? New people, new work, new home, a new vision. But the first step onto this path has been the hardest for you. Breaking out of what's not feeling good anymore. Breaking out, if you've been trying to hold on to something that you just, it's not working. It's not working, and you can continue to try and hope. But this to me feels like, you know, you have the Tower card. To me, it's like it's going to fall regardless. And it can be less painful if we decide to just get out and go, right? And we're seeing right away that doorway into the Ten of Pentacles, because God's trying to bring you this new vision for yourself, this new home, this new life, this new relationship, this new abundance. Now, this week, it could show up as a new job, an opportunity, or the first sign onto this new path. Anything else Spirit wants you to know? Look at the Death card. Some things are just coming to an end, and it's time to let things go. All right, this is a new beginning for you, Aquarius. Now, I will say the good news is the Tower card is in the past position, which means that you've been going through something. And the Death card is like, you already know what that is. You already know that you've got to move. So this week, there's going to be some big movement, maybe on the 9th, maybe on the 14th with that new moon, where it's like, this is your new life. Step into it. All right. So a major upgrade, major support system, major life change is coming in for you. Aries through Pisces, for you with somebody on your mind. Aries, a conversation that could change everything. But also you're just continuing to grow your relationship. It is improving with you and an Aries. Taurus, ended, difficult. It's time to move on. Maybe you've been ending something with an Aries, and now, you know, it's been difficult, but now it's time, you know, got to pick up the pieces. You already know, you're already moving towards this new path. All right. Something had to play its course. Maybe now you can see that there's more meaning for it, and it is clearing the way for you to have something new. Gemini, right? Things getting tough with a Gemini, but I'm seeing they're not giving up this week on this connection. Cancer, King of Pentacles. Cancer could be the one coming in with an offer, ready to build something with you. And Leo, wanting to get together. So you may find yourself hanging out with a Leo this week, or, you know, some good times coming in, or just feeling good about the way things are. Virgo, separation with the Virgo. So you may find that, you know, things, it could be temporary, but right now it does look like we're dealing with something that needs to be dealt with. Libra, 6 of Wands, good news coming in with the Libra, you know, getting their attention, returning, status change. Scorpio, making a judgment call this week. You could be deciding to face some sort of truth. Maybe you're realizing some sort of truth that is changing the direction of the relationship. Sagittarius, love offer coming in with a Sagittarius, right? They're feeling the love. They're opening their heart to this. Capricorn, I'm seeing moving forward. Things is continuing to grow with you in a Capricorn. Right, looking good. Aquarius, you have the 8 of Pentacles, right? So get ready to commit to something new, a new relationship, moving forward, a new job, right? Things are starting to come together with you and another Aquarius. And Pisces, 5 of Pentacles, maybe still dealing with the current problems. Things are still kind of up in the air. You know, it doesn't mean that this is the outcome, but you guys are dealing with a problem that needs to be confronted. I love you guys. Pisces, June 7th to the 14th. Pay attention to the 9th. An incredible day. Hopefully something major blessing comes in for you. And the 14th, the new moon in Gemini. Setting new intentions. What is it that you want to change? And I see the 8 of Swords here, right? So we are seeing there's a lot of fear and uncertainty and worry that is circulating beneath the surface for you. All right. And a lot of it is limited beliefs, fear, doubts. Did I make the right choice? Did I do the right thing? Am I trying to read into something that's not there? And, you know, what is this fear that I'm feeling? Am I doubting myself? Maybe I am right, you know, and, but I'm stuck. I'm feeling frozen, right? And a lot of fear taking over there. Let's see the current energy, the Queen of Cups. You may be taking some things personally or overanalyzing your worth and your value in situations, right? I can see that there's a lot going on, and maybe you're doubting yourself this week, or you've been doubting yourself, and you're not feeling emotionally stable, right? You're feeling a lot of anxiety, which is controlling your emotions. So it can be very high energy, and it also can activate, you know, your intuition, and you're feeling things, and you're knowing things, and you're dreaming things, but you're also second guessing these thoughts that's happening. So let's see what the shift is happening this week. I see the Page of Swords, maybe more clarity on all the messages that are trying to come through for you. So if some of you have been feeling this overload of, you know, emotions and intuition and psychicness and things like that, you know, but you're just not sure, is it your fear? Is it a doubt? Is it the truth? You will know this week, all right? Because you're going to be pulled towards the truth, the clarity. And you may even get some message this week that really does clear things up. Now, this could be, you know, if you've had any uncertainty, any delays, any questions that have gone unanswered, this is what's leaving. These answers are coming in for you. All right, so what to expect in love and life? And I'm seeing the Knight of Cups. Maybe finally knowing how somebody truly feels about you. Are they in love? Are you in love? This is serious, though. This is somebody proposing their love to you. This is somebody that really is feeling a romantic call towards you, pure love. And maybe you've been questioning things. Maybe you know something is true, but now you're starting to doubt it because it's been delayed. And then here it is. So expect that message that is going to change everything about a situation. Now, what to watch for is delusion, 4 of Cups as well, too. Like some of you are, you know, you are going against your intuition. You are going against your insights. And you know that this person just doesn't want this as much as you do, or they're not giving you the attention that you truly desire. So on one hand, you are getting that clarity, and it feels alive. It feels good. It feels like real love is going to show up this week. But watch out for somebody trying to show up in your life, or you pulling somebody in your life that you know is not being reciprocating their feelings towards you. You know it's just not enough, and it can be ignoring the emotional reality of a situation. You're just not happy in the situation. So what else is trying to come in for you? And I'm seeing discernment with this as well. And I see 2 feminine energies. So you may have 2 very important people that show up in your life that's bringing clarity to you, bringing discernment, might tell you something that you need to know about a situation. But this is also trusting your judgment. judgment. You really do have to trust your intuition this week. Even, you know, the fears, talking yourself out of things. There is a reason that it's there. So not doubting yourself. Anything else that's coming in for you? I do see the 8 of Cups. Some of you may walk away from unfulfilling situations this week. It might be difficult, right? You could stay. You could still ponder around. The 7 of Cups is that delusion of wishful thinking. Like there's a possibility here. Something might happen. Or you can decide to walk away from these situations, and we see who's real is going to show up for you. Somebody is trying to show up for you. And the clarity is coming in on a relationship this week. So if you are connected to an Aries to Pisces, let's see what it says in these cards. Aries, the Temperance card. This is saying allow things to unfold naturally. Don't do anything with an Aries. It looks like things could organically work itself out. All right. There's really nothing you need to do this week. Just let things kind of be with an Aries. There is potential there. Taurus, I'm seeing the 7 of Cups. So Taurus could be the one where you just, yeah, it's there, but is it enough? It doesn't seem like it's enough. It doesn't seem like they want it enough. They're always uncertain. I feel like an option. Yes, they think about me. They want me, but it's always on their time. Gemini, King of Swords, could be a little bit detached, but it doesn't mean that they're not into you. But are they emotionally available the way you want them? Because they're still showing up as being kind of detached. Cancer, 6 of Pentacles. You may finally see where you stand with a Cancer. It looks like you guys both support each other and want this. So they may put more effort in this week. Leo, things getting really good with a Leo, or getting out of hand with a Leo. A lot of honest conversation coming in with a Leo. Maybe we move too fast. Maybe we said things too fast. Or maybe actually things are going to actually speed up and accelerate and feel very passionate between you and a Leo. Virgo, I see the Devil confronting the attachment with a Virgo. Is this really what you want? Is this too heavy? Is this too much? I mean, you know, there's a lot of fear when it comes to Virgo. You may be confronting that this week. Libra, things looking really good with a Libra. I'm seeing love, falling in love, expressing themselves, and joy and feeling happy with you. Scorpio as well, things moving. Let's go. Let's move on with this. Let's see where it takes us. So things looking really good and movement is happening with you and a Scorpio. Sag, there could be some disagreements this week, but you know, if it's worth it, we'll push through it. So you may be faced with some challenges, but for some of you, this is a challenge that's going to push you to the next step. Capricorn, 6 of Wands. You and Capricorn changing your status this week. Looks like you both really want each other's attention. Things looking good. Aquarius, Queen of Wands, feeling a strong pull towards you. So Aquarius wants this, and they're going to do what they need to do to get it. And Pisces, Knight of Pentacles. All right, so reevaluating and reviewing and slowing down, right? And just letting things play out, observing people and see how they treat you and act this week, because it looks like you're getting some sort of movement this week. And if it's solid, people will be following through, especially your Pisces. They will follow through. You are making improvements to the relationship, and it is growing. I love you guys, and have a great week. Take care.